Okay, so this is just a quick video to go over what compound sentences are so that you can complete the homework for the compound sentences worksheet. So we've already talked about simple sentences before, and we said that simple sentences have one subject-verb pair. Now that can mean that there's only one subject and one verb, but it can also mean that you have two subjects in one verb or two subjects and two verbs. But the important thing is that whatever the subjects are, they do all of the verbs. So let's take a look at the definition of compound sentences from the handout. So a compound sentence is two simple sentences connected by a comma and a coordinated conjunction. So the rule for compound sentences is that you add a simple sentence, and in our cases, the coordinating conjunctions we're talking about are and, but, or, and so. You have that in the middle plus another simple sentence, and that will equal a compound sentence. The thing that we have to remember is that to make a compound sentence, we are going to require at least two subjects and two verbs, and then a word that's either and, but, or so. In addition to that, we need a comma. So let's look at some of the examples from the handout. The first one here uses and. So my family goes camping every summer, and we usually have fun. The first simple sentence, the subject of that one is my family, and the verb is goes. In the second simple sentence, the subject is we, and then we have the verb have. And we'll notice that we have and a comma. Here's a second example. Last year we went camping at Blue Lake, but we had a terrible time. So our first simple sentence is last year we went camping at Blue Lake, and then the second one is we had a terrible time. So again, the subject in the first one is we, and the verb is went. And in the second one, the subject is we, and the verb is had. And they're connected by the word but, and it also includes a comma. Here's another one. Next year we will go to the beach, or perhaps we will stay at home. So the first simple sentence, the subject is we, and the verb is will go. And in the second one, the subject again is we, and the verb is will stay. Here's the last one with so. We want to buy a house soon, so we need to save money. So in the first simple sentence, the subject is we, and the verb is want. In the second one, the subject is we, and the verb is need. The thing to keep in mind here, when we're looking for compound sentences, you'll notice that in all of these ones, you have a comma after the first simple sentence, and then you have either and, but, or so. So let's look at these sentences and compare simple to compound. So we look at this first simple sentence, and it's a modification of the simple sentence we've already read before. But we have my family goes camping every year and usually has fun. Now we have to be careful here. In this one we do have the word and, but you'll notice that we don't have a comma, and we also don't have a subject before the second verb. So the first verb is goes and the second verb is has. We have a subject in front of the first verb, family, but we don't have a subject in front of the second verb, has. So this is a SVV simple sentence. Compare that with the compound sentence that's right next to it. My family goes camping every year and we usually have fun. Now it's giving us the exact same information. The difference though is that in front of the verb have, we have the subject we. In addition to the and, we also have a comma in front of the and. If we look at the next one, last year we went camping at Blue Lake but had a bad time, we'll notice again we have one subject, we, and two verbs, went and had. The important thing is that before the second verb, there's no subject there, and also before but, there's no comma. So again, this is a simple sentence with a pattern SVV. In comparison, the one next to it, last year we went camping at Blue Lake, but we had a terrible time. We'll notice that we have the same subject in the first sentence, in the first part, with we and went, and we have the same verb in the second one. But what we've added is both a comma and a second subject, we. So let's look at practice 8, and you're going to be doing practice 8 and 9. So we'll do the first couple together. So the first two are done for you in the book, but let's go over them. So if we look at this one, the summers were hot and humid in my childhood home. Now, we have an and there, but after and we have the word humid, and humid is actually an adjective. So in this case, the subject is going to be summers, the verb is going to be were, so this means we just have a subject and a verb, which means it's a simple sentence. Let's take a look at the second sentence. Every evening it was too hot to sleep, so my sister and I played outside until dark. If we look at the first part of the sentence, we'll see that the subject there is it, and the verb is was. Now we need to look at the second part of the sentence. We'll notice that this one is combined with so, and there's a comma before so that should be a clue to us right away. But let's look and see if there's a subject after so. And we can see that the subject is my sister and I, and the verb is played. So this one is actually going to be a compound sentence with the formula of SV, comma, so, SV. Here's the next one, number 3. Our parents sat in chairs on the grass and watched us play our children's game. So let's look at the beginning of it. What is the subject? Well, the subject is parents, and what's the verb? Sat. Now if we look at the second half after the and, we'll notice that there is not a comma before and, which should be a clue to us. But we do see a verb after it, watch. But we'll notice that before the verb and after and, there's no subject, which means that even though we have and, this is still a simple sentence. The pattern is just different than the first simple sentence, whereas this one is SVV. There's two verbs for parents. Our parents sat and watched, so they did both of those things. So go ahead and finish off the rest of practice 8 and practice 9. We'll complete the other exercises in class. Take care. See you in class. Bye.